Hello my beautiful hammerheads and welcome back to Black Library Reviews number 41, Hamilcar, Champion of the Gods. So before we begin this one, this whole story, first of all it's really funny, uh, but this is reverse Kiefer's Kane. So it's not only not 40k, but it's the humor of Kiefer's Kane, so it's everything is in first person, but with the twist that he's bombastic, boisterous, he knows what he does, and he's doing it willingly, and he's not running away and doing the right thing with it, strangely, because Kiefer's Kane. And so this is everything. This is the humorous mirror. And I love it. There is so much stuff in it which I will have to dissect in another video. Talking is hard. Let me begin with this. There were 3 short stories before. I haven't read those. I only know of, I think it was called Shadespire, in which Hamilcar walks through the Shadespire and is looking for someone very special. And the other story in which I knew him before, in the Hallowed Knight stories, in which Tarsus Bullheart has a quest from Sigmar, and on the way they meet, well, yes,
Hamilcar.
Hamilcar?
Stuff goes wrong, but the Hello Hearts of course do their job, and on the way, and somewhere between audiobook 5 or 6, they meet Hamilcar. And also this is before Hamilcar Champions of the Gods, so this was my knowledge going in. And as I've said, it is so funny, even though it is a relatively old novel. It's one of the first stories for Age of Sigmar. I just was able to listen to it because Black Library now released the audiobook version for it. Thank you so much for that. And it is very interesting because in the first novels, the Stormcast Eternals were those immortal warriors. Nothing could basically hurt them because they are coming back. The whole thing with we are forgetting ourselves with every reforging wasn't as in the foreground as of right now. And so there were many things which they did not crystallize back then. It was hinted, however, they didn't tell us. And Hamilcar, as to my knowledge, was the first Stormcast who lost his ability to reforge. So knowing this, there was really a little bit of tension in it, although I know that, well, he lives. And the other part, which sadly took a little bit of the tension away but made me hopeful for more, is that Hamilcar is telling us the story. So everything he did, well, it's in the past for him. And there are hints for more stuff which he's going to do. So I really hope that the whole Hamilcar storyline will go on and continue from now on. So, but the story, Hamilcar with his Stormcast Eternals, he's a Lord Castellan, so the guy with the lantern, the halberd, and a Gryph-hound is on the road, and they have a few City of Sigmar guys with them, and they are hunting Beastmen, and well, of course, some other chaosy dudes. And then he gets knocked out, but he doesn't get up again. They're able to keep him down. The Skaven are there, and there is one very special Skaven character which just made my old hammer heart beat with a little bit of joy. It was Ygritte. is his name right now? Well, it is very much hinted that it is a Kid Claw from the world that was, because it is the Rat, they call him. He's so old that he forgot how old he is. The gods are hunting him. And so Alariel is hunting him, Sigmar, Nagash, the Horned Rat. And he just escapes death because he has a device which burrows him throughout the mortal realms. And he's on his quest to become a real immortal, which is very fascinating. This is the part which I want to dissect in another video. But during his machinations, he's doing something very peculiar to Hamilcar. And Hamilcar loses his ability, as I've said, to reforge. He's a proper mortal. Well, he's tall and still strong, but he's not losing it immediately. He tells us that he was reforged 3 times, and as he dies in this one moment, something weird happens because of Ygritte. After his reforging, he wakes up, something feels off. It is very, very strange for him, and he just wants to go back to Gur because, well, it began even back then. The Nalwoods are mentioned, which is a pretty big thing in Underworlds right now. But they're telling him the Bear Eaters, his Stormcast Eternals, are gone. They're not his anymore, because 5 years have passed since his reforging, which is fascinating because time moved in a far different way for him. So, but he gets his quest from Sigmar himself. He basically becomes a Knight Questor. And, well, he has to get Ygritte. And on his way there, of course, his adventures, we can't really trust his tellings because, well, he's boisterous, so there is that thing with the unreliable narrator, but it's still very, very funny. But what I really liked about Hamilcar as a person in himself is he really cares about the regular humans in the cities of Sigmar. And he even mentions how other Stormcasts, even though when they say, I care about humans, they are friends and so on, that they really don't, in a sad kind of way, because they don't register the population of the cities as individuals. In one case, when he tries to sneak around the city, he tells a woman to go back to 2 Stormcasts and tell them something, which I won't say because of spoilers. And even though she came from that direction, so he is sending her back, he knows that those 2 Stormcasts will not recognize that woman, even though they saw her about 5 seconds ago. As the story progresses, he gets more and more attached to the humans, and he even has many moments of self-reflection. Not only because he's a proper mortal, but because he spends so much more time with the regular humans than the other Stormcasts, which was really heartwarming moment. I really enjoyed those. So one of the negatives is, for me personally, it kind of shows that it is one of the first Age of Sigmar storylines after the Realm Wars, and it has a kind of an age. It is still a very good story. As I've said, it is humorous, the action is very good, but the things I personally love about the Age of Sigmar storyline and the Stormcast Eternals right now aren't there. I know this is kinda unfair of me because the things weren't there back then. So I considered this, and I'm still giving this story an 8 out of 10 reforgings on the Anvil of Apotheosis because it is a very good story. You can give this book to someone who has no idea of the mortal realms in Age of Sigmar, and the things are kinda properly explained. Some things you have to explain to people. What is chaos? What are the Skaven? Because red people aren't as regular as in other fantasy things. And however, Hamilcar is, you can identify with him in a kind of way. And that's what I love about his character. And also, it is very easy to recommend a book when you know the other person can laugh. Because as I was listening to the audiobook, I had 2 or 3 moments in which I really, really laughed. And I had to explain those situations to my wife. So, but yeah, what are your thoughts on Hamilcar Bear Eater, the champion of the gods? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I am keen to know what you have to say. And while you're down there, do all the YouTube stuff because hitting buttons is fun. Have a great day, my friend. Stay fantastic. Stay hydrated. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!